Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Pico 4 and we're going to talk about this router that we can get from AliExpress. This is an OpenWrt router. This is a 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz router according to the listing. Unfortunately, I got the box and it says that it's a 5.8 router on the information there. If it's 5.8, it's completely worthless. But it says on the front of the box that it's 5 gigahertz, but on the back of the box, it says that it's 5.8 gigahertz. So we're going to have to go and look into that and see if it's actually that. This is a good cheap router. This has very versatility. I'm going to go ahead and do some tests within within here to see if there's any problems with the device while we're using it. I do have a current setup that's actually pretty good, but I want to go ahead and try a cheap router for those people that want to use that. So let's go ahead and open this up and give it a try. I'm not going to use the included router. For some reason, they included a non-Chinese router adapter. I don't know why they included a non-Chinese adapter, but they gave me a European adapter, or I think it's actually Australian. Don't know why they included Australian. They should have just gave me the Chinese adapter. The Chinese adapter would have worked fine in my case because I'm in the United States, but let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my existing router out of the situation here and unplug the Ethernet cable from it too. The reason I'm using my other router, of course, is because I don't want to use the other power supplies. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in. We're going to plug it into the local network here on my computer. I don't remember which color is mine, but we'll give it a try. I think it's the green one, but I don't know. Nope, it's not the green one. Is it this one? Nope, it's not the gray one. The gray one's over there. This one? It's the blue one. Okay, so let's go ahead and unplug the blue one. Blue one. Okay, there we go. So right now we're going to go ahead and plug it in direct without any other adapter. This is the best way to set it up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click up network control panel. Okay. And then we're going to go to network and internet, network and sharing center, change adapter settings, and then we're going to go to status and we're going to go to details. Okay, we're going to see that it's a 1.1. We're going to make sure that the properties is that it's not static. So we got to make sure that we're not static. Okay, cool. So 1.1 is the router's IP address. So we're going to go ahead and open up another tab. And we're going to try admin. And this is the interface of the router. Okay. This is a really nice interface. It is a MediaTek MT7621. It's a decent router. And it makes me think that there might be a better interface for this, but we'll go ahead and just kind of look through it. Go to like routing. It shows that there's one device and that's it. Kind of nice. IPv6 routing, system, processes. Let's go ahead and go to network, interfaces. It's kind of snappy actually. Okay, let's see what routing does. We can do static routes, which is nice. Wireless interface. Okay, let's go ahead and see if it's actually a good interface here for Wi-Fi 5 gigahertz. So according to the box, it was a lie. So that's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and we can change and disable. So we don't want the 2 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So we're going to go ahead and disable that. And we're only going to keep we're going to just keep the regular 5 gigahertz, okay? Because that's the only thing we're going to be using in this situation here. All right, so then we have this situation here. We need to increase it to 116. I believe that will give us, let's try that. What we're trying to do is get a higher number. Higher, sometimes we can get it to go to 160, which is what, or 180 is what we need, or 160. Current power level, so the transmit level. So it's only limiting us to one. Okay, let's go to advanced settings. Okay, so we can change the country, which is going to be helpful. We're going to change the name to OpenWart. We're going to save that. And the reason we want to change the country is because sometimes you can get a better channel. So let's go to, yeah, let's just use that as the key for now. Okay, and then we're going back to general setup. Now we can go and see if we can get a different frequency here. Like, why isn't the channel? We're gonna go back, and an 80 is not bad for why, even if you're using it for that. I just don't know why it's limited to 80 when the box says, and the listing says that it can do a higher bandwidth rate, right? So if you go in here and you look at this, you're looking at all the information, right? And it says that it can go up to a wireless transmit speed. Why is the hertz kind of shit? So the hertz should have been higher than 80, right? Is what I remember reading. So I don't know why it's such a low rate. But yeah, anyway, kind of pisses me off a little, actually, because it won't go any higher than 180 or 80. But for a $30 router, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's save that. So now we're going to go to interfaces, and we're going to connect it up to the network. We do not want a double NAT situation going, so we're going to go to the WAN. We're not going to use the WAN. We're going to use the LAN port. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and connect the white Ethernet cable that I have here. That's into my network. We're going to actually change its IP address, so we need to change system interfaces. We need to change the I really do not like this interface. This interface kind of sucks. Makes me want to, let's go back to system. Administration. Software. Network. Services. Firewall. Port forwarding. Seems like a decent router, but it's very confusing. I wish they would have made the situation easier. DNS, DHCP. This is like a really, really shitty. Very, very hard to understand. So an open wart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to connect the computer back up because I'm not liking the interface of this. So I'm going to see if there's actually firmware that I can actually grab from the internet to change this. So let's go and see if we can get Tomato. Okay, so Tomato. So I need to find out what kind of router this is. This is a MTK. So so we need to EP-RT 2960 Tomato. And what I want is Tomato because this firmware sucks. It needs a lot of work, yeah. I think so too. It's very confusing. Let's see if there's DD wort for this. Well, I don't see anything. I think I've just stuck with what they gave me. RT26 2960. What did it say it was? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'll just go back to this and change its IP address and just go. Unfortunately, that's what I'll have to do. Not really the most straightforward thing. So we need to disable the firewall. Okay, I guess we can just go with interfaces, edit the WAN protocol, disable this interface. Edit, disable the interface. Okay. And then edit VRLAN. We need to change its IP address to 102. Default gateway 192.168.1.1. Broadcast is 192.168.1.255. Like, right? So 102. Right? It may not even matter. Dismiss. Okay. It's not letting me do that. I might have to 102, save, advanced settings, firewall settings, DHCP server, disable. Okay, edit, DHCP servers off. Okay, cool. Then save changes, save and apply. Okay, cool. So it's 102 now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and use the Pico and see if the service on it is actually decent. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So now it's changed. So it's 102. So now we have admin. And now everything should be good to go. We're going to go back to wireless because we did change some things. And then radio edit, we're going to edit this. Now that so it's not going to change because we didn't save and apply. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go grab the Pico 4 and we're going to try to connect the computer to the router and see if it's decent. Okay, so let's go to this, minimize all that. We're going to go to Pico Connect. Yes. All right, and what I'm going to do is connect up to here, turn on my headset, and see if the wireless is decent. Okay, my USB device is below whatever 20%, which, oh, it's my headset's below 20%, so I got to plug in my charger because I haven't charged it for a few days. Okay, so connect to Wi-Fi. Open 5G, open Word. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 8? Okay. Connector. Okay, it's connected now. I'm going to go ahead and connect. And it says that I am currently streaming. So I'm going to, the latency is not too bad. As you can see, I have all of it set up pretty high. And yeah, so it should be good. Sharpening. Let's try that. Okay, cool. Audio. Okay. Cool. So let's try to launch Steam VR, see if it's any better. So for a cheap $30 router, And if you set it up as a switch like I just showed you guys, it's not too bad. There is a little latency with the router. There is a little bit of latency with SeamVR on this compared to my other router. But let me see if it is at 80 hertz though. Continue. Doesn't seem too bad. Not too bad at all. There is a little latency, and that is due to the yeah, so there is a little bit of latency on this, but it's not too bad for a $30 router. So if you're looking for like something that can do Wi-Fi 6 on AX, this router can actually do it. It's not terrible, but it could get improved by some Wi-Fi channel changes, by what I can tell. But if you need a cheap router, it is kind of hard to like navigate through, and I wish there was a firmware for it. It does show that I have it does show that I have like a device connected, it looks like. Let's see. Processes. So routing. As long as you turn off the HTTP, that should work fine. You don't need to really do. You don't have to turn off the firewall. I just do that out of habit with DDWort. But yeah, so it's fine for what it can do. It's not the best, but for or for $30, it ain't too bad. And yeah, so I do thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye bye now.